International by Matthew Gebaide, Paul Meyer, and Robert Andrus. Today, Hard Rock International, with Hard Rock Cafe at its core, is an entertainment and leisure company that continues to successfully expand the Hard Rock brand through a myriad of music-related ventures, breathtaking properties, collectible fashions, and a rock and roll attitude. Hard Rock is a hospitality industry company with over 175 venues in more than 53 countries around the world, including 139 cafes, 16 hotels and casinos, and 7,200 employees. Hard Rock has become a truly global phenomenon. In order to measure Hard Rock's effectiveness, the company's three major competitors should be given consideration. With annual revenue estimated at $158,500,000, they are a valued company in the casual restaurants industry. Hard Rock's three major competitors include Landry's, Planet Hollywood, and Johnny Rockets, with Landry's generating the most revenue at $1,123,797,000, followed by Planet Hollywood and Johnny Rockets. Hard Rock Cafe has 139 company-owned and franchise locations in about 50 countries. Landry's Inc. leads the number of locations with 275 throughout the U.S. Planet Hollywood International operates and franchises a chain of about 15 showbiz-themed restaurants with annual revenue around $153,400,000. The Johnny Rockets Group Inc. has 250 restaurants in some 30 states, and two-thirds of the locations are operated by franchises. Estimated revenue is about $91 million. Here you can see that Landry's Inc. again leads in the number of employees with 26,000 employees and has a low risk of failure. Hard Rock again comes in second with 7,200 employees and also has a low risk of failure. Planet Hollywood has 5,652 employees on their payroll with a high risk of failure. The Johnny Rockets Group Inc. has 2,376 employees with a low risk of failure. Of the four companies compared, Landry's is clearly the most successful company based on financials taking into account revenue, risk of failure, size of company, etc., with Hard Rock coming in at second place overall, indicating it is a stronger player in the industry and thus an effective organization. Hard Rock has a very lucrative annual bonus plan which is totally financially driven. They also have service rewards which include annual service pins, a Rolex for 10 years of employment, upgrade of the Rolex at 20 years of employment, and a trip at 25 years. This applies for all levels of the organization, from CEO to dishwasher. This applies to the content theories of motivation we learned in class, revolving around the notion that motivation is influenced by an employee's needs. In conjunction with Maslow's need hierarchy theory, the symbolic gestures, for example service pins and Rolex, fit within the esteem category by having a visible statement of which others can recognize, thereby eliciting feelings of prestige, self-confidence, and strength. In accordance with Alderfer's ERG theory, the symbols in bonus plan categorically fit into existence needs, being that they satisfy a desire for physiological and materialistic well-being. When applied to the process theories of motivation we learned in class, the service awards fits into equity theory. Every employee will receive a particular output, in this case annual service pins, Rolexes, and a paid trip, given a particular input time. Although a particular employee may feel negative or positive in equity about the rewards they receive, these feelings are a relative measure to the other employees. With the organization, they solicit interest from top performers within the organization. If chosen, they travel to a location and are there for 4 weeks training new staff members while getting to experience other parts of the world. At each of the cafes, they have an ambassador program which is made up of hourly employees who do charitable work within the local community. It is up to them to choose what they want to do, and the company supports their choice. Hard Rock also has corporate philanthropic initiatives each year that staff can get involved in. There's a competition, and the winner gets to accompany the CEO on a trip to villages around the world to see how the proceeds are helping. Intrinsic rewards relate to the self-actualization model in Maslow's hierarchy. Although traveling to new locations to train staff members while getting to experience different parts may sound more extrinsic than intrinsic, the rewarding nature of providing a foundation that one knows a continuing enterprise will be built in is wholly intrinsic and fits well within the definition of self-actualization, or becoming the best that one is capable of being. The same applies with the growth needs in Alderfer's model. It would seem that the corporate branch of the Hard Rock International structure incorporates the best of both incentives, being performance and time-related, dedication to the company-type rewards as evident in the percentage of employee turnover. Although the nature of the work and implications associated with each employee's efforts at the corporate level has a greater reach, there can still be room for improvement on the cafe side of operations by modeling some of the same incentives that the corporate offices employ. By structuring incentives to correlate more with performance-based metrics, or by offering more valuable rewards, or by offering incentives in a shorter time-based structure, for example monthly or quarterly rather than yearly, Hard Rock International may be able to improve employee turnover and overall service quality, relating to higher profits and greater customer satisfaction on the cafe operations side. The effectiveness of Hard Rock International's reward system can be evaluated as a measure of the correlation between the perceived value of incentives and employee turnover figures listed. As one would expect at the corporate level, employee turnover is low when compared to cafe management and hourly cafe employee turnover, because these employees enjoy a lucrative annual bonus plan, which was described in an interview as financially driven or based upon company-wide performance. Although every employee enjoys the perks of a new Rolex at 10 years of service, dedication, or vacation at 25 years, the bonus plans are independently structured among the various franchises, which may account for the higher employee turnover among cafe management and hourly employees. Hard Rock developed their culture initially through the founders of the company. They wanted it to be a place that all walks of life could come in and have a great meal and enjoy themselves through listening to music. This set the tone for Hard Rock to become the company it is today. Hard Rock has a culture that is irreverent, meaning people can be themselves without judgment. In addition, their culture is passionate and proud, meaning people who stay with the company are passionate about their role with the organization and strive to be the best, create great guest experiences, and to be cutting edge in their approach to everything. It is also fun. People actually enjoy coming to work. Hard Rock refers to their core values as their operating values. They are practice honesty, integrity, and professionalism, encourage everyone to maximize their potential, take personal accountability for getting results, create brand excitement through innovation, and deliver kick-ass service. The way these values are implemented is by starting at the top with the CEO really living and demonstrating them. It then trickles down throughout the organization. In all that Hard Rock does, we are all striving for the same financial results through all of the other actions, and we hold folks accountable through financial and recognition rewards. What training incentives are used to create and define this culture? We start in our recruitment process. We make sure the individuals we hire are those that love music and have a personality. In our training, we teach providing kick-ass service. We share examples of what that looks like so they have an idea of what we want them to go out and do. General training programs. Managers go through an 11-week manager and training program in one of Hard Rock's certified training stores. For hourly employees, they go through a week-long training exercise with the trainer for their departments. Each cafe identifies a trainer within each department who's responsible for the hourly training. Organizational structure of Hard Rock. The executive team consists of three main sections reporting to the CEO. They are concept creation, market execution, and support. Hard Rock's international structure can be described as a functional structure with a CEO at the top and 9 vice presidents, each controlling a different functional area. 2 to 4 senior directors then report to the vice presidents, with a number of directors reporting to the senior directors. Depending upon the functional silo, there can be as many as 8 directors working under senior directors, or as little as 1. As can be expected with a functional structure as opposed to a simple structure, Hard Rock's structure facilitates a great deal of cross-functional cooperation and sharing of knowledge at the corporate level. Communication, which can sometimes be hindered by the multiple silos of a functional structure, was rated an 8 out of 10 by our interviewee. This is due to the fact that the company maintains somewhat of an informal, cooperative atmosphere at the corporate level, and meetings among the CEO and vice presidents occur monthly. Furthermore, the structure facilitates very little ambiguity in the employee's promotional structure. One knows what position it is to be filled when it comes time for a promotion. Again, due to the continued growth of the Hard Rock brand and the low employee turnover figures we have obtained, it is hard to argue against the effectiveness of the structure, at least at the corporate level. It should be noted, however, that as Hard Rock International continues to grow and diversify their business holdings, we should expect to see the structure change little by little, presumably into a multi-divisional structure depending on the degree of diversification. Our final slide is of an organizational chart which provides a visual representation of the corporate organizational structure. This concludes our presentation.